A kamikaze game, I guess, by the computer. I don't really understand what they were doing. I don't, maybe I'm missing a threat, but here we go. They make their first move, then it's on me. What I want to do here, because they exposed the foul right here, is I'm setting up an opportunity to expose that foul in about 3 moves. And so I move to the first square there. Then go ahead and move up. I'm going to push my next pawn up to free my bishop to put it on this open foul that I want to create to threaten the castle since they moved their pawn there. They move out their bishop to the middle of the board. And I go ahead and get on this foul here. Now, their next move, they come on an open foul. And I go ahead and put that pressure there. So it was basically 3 moves to create what I wanted to do. Starting with the initial pawn I pushed up. So now they're going to block that with their horse. And now I'm going to continue to develop my defense here. For some reason, they chose to push their bishop here. And so I'm going to pressure that to get him up out of there. He, of course, retreats 1 square. Now I'm setting something up here, again, similar to what I did when I put my bishop into place on this open file. I know that I want to attack their bishop, but I really want to trap their bishop so it doesn't have much room to go anywhere. So I move the pawn here up first on purpose, because I know my next move is this, to put the pressure here, which is going to basically have them retreat, but it allows me to be a step ahead of what I already want to do, which is if they move back 1 square, which that's really all they can do, I'm going to be putting pressure on their bishop and their knight all at the same time with my pawn. So retreat, and now I'm putting that pressure on those 2. Okay. Now this is where the game becomes, in my mind, kamikaze for the computer. I don't have any answers for any of the moves that the computer is making after this. I've been wrecking my brain to try to figure out why they made these moves instead of moves that I thought were available to it. Mind you, this is playing on level 5 advanced, as it says up there, and the computer is usually like moves ahead. But in any case, they surprise me and they take the pawn here. I've been going over this in my brain over and over again. Why would they do that? Usually they only do what I'm calling kamikaze moves when they're attempting to get out of a checkmate, because there's going to be a checkmate in a few moves. And I could be missing it. If somebody can tell me, I don't see where there was a checkmate that was threatening, any type of checkmate anytime soon to cause them to take that pawn there. Why take the pawn? I don't get it. But in whatever reason, instead of retreating back in there, they took the pawn. And so I gladly took the bishop. And then it gets even more weird. The next move, they take the pawn here. Now, why on earth do that? Again, giving up another bishop. So immediately I'm able to, obviously, I could take the bishop with my pawn, but instead, so again, they take this pawn here, which I don't understand, but I go ahead and take their bishop. Both of their bishops are now going off the board, but it doesn't stop there. It gets even more weird to me. Again, unless I'm missing that there was a checkmate that they were trying to avoid. I've never seen the computer make moves like that. It must have glitched out. I don't know, but they went kamikaze. So next, they put pressure on my bishop. I'm just going to retreat. Then they continue to come down with their knight, trying to get to the center of the board. And I go ahead and take their knight that they left right here, right? Because I was still pressuring this knight. If you recall, a few moves back, I was pressuring the bishop and the knight. They moved here, knight protecting the knight, but I'll gladly take this knight with my pawn. And if they take that knight, or if they take that pawn, so be it. And they take with their pawn. And this is where it gets even more weird. The next move, really, I don't understand. So I push up onto their knight right here. They push, opening up space to, I guess, create space for their rook. My next move, I'm going to bring my queen out, and I'm just working on putting pressure on them while protecting pieces, right? This next move, I do not understand. They take the pawn with their queen. I don't understand it. I don't get it. They just sacrificed the three most powerful pieces on the board, two bishops and their queen. I don't know why. So I take the queen. Mind you, again, this is the computer I'm playing, not some third grader or something. It's their next move. They move the castle up. They didn't move their knight. What are they doing? So I take the knight. Like, okay. And now they move their king. They pretty much have nothing left. I don't understand. But if somebody can tell me where I was missing that there was a checkmate coming, because that's the only time I've ever seen them move Kamikaze like that. And so they're pushing pieces up. I go ahead and put them in check. They can't take their, once they move back, I'm going to go ahead and take their rook. They go ahead and move out of check. I take the rook, put them back in check again. I'm completely dominating this game because they gave up all their pieces for whatever reason. I move out of check. I can put pressure on them, and I'm going to take more pieces and get the check. I mean, it's pretty much routine after this. Take that piece, check. They move back. Take that piece and check. And now we're going to go check here. They're going to move. I got to move my pawn out the way. Now, on this next one, they're going to move back. Instead, I'm going to move my castle up on that open file. Now, they are going to move back. I'm going to take their castle or their rook. And now, checkmate. Checkmate.